This was $7.99. Oh my God, I just saw that this is $7.99. I didn't even know it was that much. I probably would have passed. It Welcome to Haul Yeah Comics. My name is Nate and I have issues. And today's issues are four, I can't count, four books that have come out in the last couple of weeks that I read that I really liked and I just wanted to have a chance to talk about. All of these books, they don't really go together, but they're all like, they would be rated R if they were movies. So they all have, either violence or sex or definitely language. In the best case, all three. I pick up a lot of modern books. I give a lot of books a try, first issues and things, and they don't always pan out, So when they do, I want a chance to talk about them. So these were books that, that I liked or that surprised me, and I'm going to start with Archie Meets Jay and Silent Bob. So I didn't know. I mean, the price on this was high for one. Like that was a big one. This was $7.99. Oh my God, I just saw that this is $7.99. I didn't even know it was that much. I probably would have passed. I thought it was $6.99, and at $7, that's a lot. So I paid $8 for this. All right, it might have been $8 worth of laughs. This, it was a joint publication between Kevin Smith's company and Archie Comics, and it's good. Like it's well written. Kevin Smith does not pull punches. Like he's very Kevin Smith in the way that he writes things. It's clever and vulgar and hysterical, and it doesn't affect the Archie kids in any way. Like they don't act that way. They're just within this world. So I think Archie maintains its wholesomeness even within this bigger scope that Kevin Smith put together, which is hard to do. So if you only like Archie because it's innocuous, wholesome, easy reading fun, this is not the one for you. But Archie's done a lot of weird crossovers like the Ramones and Kiss and the Punisher. So this is still kind of odd, even knowing all of that. But yeah, the Kevin Smith movies were something that I really, really loved when they were first out. And when I was in my 20s watching them, I just thought they were great. I still think his writing holds up. He did a really good job with this. So if you're a fan of Kevin Smith and Archie, this is a no-brainer. If you're a fan of one or the other, it's going to be up to you. But I absolutely loved this. The next book I feel like I've seen a few people talk about, but not as many as I would think. So the sequel to Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, called The Rites of Spring, came out a couple of weeks ago, and I picked it up and loved it. I loved the first series, so I guess I'll say if you didn't, and I did grab the first issue here, if you did not pick this up last year or you hadn't read it, pick up the trade. So this is a anthropomorphic animal serial killer story. They called it like Richard Scarry meets Dexter, and I think that's pretty apt. I mean, it is a world populated by anthropomorphic animals, so animals as humans. And our main character Samantha is a serial killing bear, and the first story is kind of about her. And this one, she's going to be the main character as well. But this book picks up pretty much directly where the other one did. The story is based on a murder that happened in the first book. So I don't know that you would need it, but I mean, why? You should just read it. You should just read it. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees was really good. So the sequel held up, the first issue held up really well. I thought they did a good job of like tying it to stuff. So Patrick Horvath is the artist and writer, and I really like his art style. And it has an atmosphere to it. I know it's cartoony and it's anthropomorphic animals, but it's really cool. So I was really looking forward to this coming out. I'm so glad it released, and I'm definitely going to be picking up the rest of the series. All right, up next is this is a total surprise for me. So this is called Wild Animals, published by Mad Cave, and I didn't know anything about it. I don't know anything about the creators either. So I don't this was just a total roll of the dice on whether it would be any good for me or not. But it was advertised as a crime noir. and they likened it to Criminal. So Criminal is one of my, anything that Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips do is like so good. Like it's so good. They do crime fiction and noir like nobody else. So the fact that this was like, kind of compared to that is what put me over the edge, and I picked it up. The art is not like Sean Phillips, all right? It's not that atmospheric stuff. I would honestly say it's kind of, to me, it's almost like a noir Invincible art or something. It's not super complex, but there's a lot of shadows and black areas, and it works. It works for the story they're telling. So this is the main character here. His name is Neil. His life is just like tragedy upon compounded tragedy to where he hits a breaking point. And I don't want to say too much about it, because if you do read this, like there's a lot of cool little like ahas in it for a first issue, even like who he is and what he understands, and where he ends up at the end. So I don't know if it will continue to be as good as it was, but it's just like this total down on his luck guy, and he hits that breaking point, and now he's gonna go right some wrongs. And if there's one thing I know about crime noir fiction, it's that revenge always works out with no repercussions whatsoever. So if this goes the way like I think it's going to go, I think it could be a very good dark story. So I loved issue 1, and I'm on board for issue 2 of Wild Animals. And then the last book that I read this week that I've absolutely loved was Red Shirts. I have been waiting for this one for so long. Written by Christopher Cantwell, who's written a lot of the modern IDW Star Trek that I have liked. And he wrote Plastic Man No More miniseries that I loved and Dope Comics loved, and also Out of Alcatraz. So he is a writer that I really like. So the concept of red shirts, the cannon fodder of the Star Trek universe, if the main cast and a couple of red shirt guys beam down to the planet, the main cast isn't getting killed, it's a red shirt. And that's the premise of this series, and it's so funny. They give you this big cast of characters in the beginning, and it's just an opportunity to check all these guys off as they're killed. And, the opening page, without spoiling any of the story, because it's the first thing, is you see this guy getting his eye knocked out by a Maguto? I can never pronounce any of the Star Trek races, but I love Star Trek. This was good. This was good. I liked it. It was a good setup. You got several of the people on that spreadsheet there. They don't make it. So it lived up to its name. So they killed off some characters, and in issue 2 they're going to continue to kill off characters. I think it's a great idea for a comic. It actually kind of got me excited for Star Trek comics again. And then on the back they advertise Voyager, and I just don't know. I do love Star Trek Voyager. So I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But Red Shirts, I would definitely say, yeah, it's quality. If you like Star Trek, this was a good read. All right, so those were 4 books that I really liked that I wanted to share with you. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know if you picked any of those up, if you read any of those, or if not, what's a book that's coming out right now that's your jam. So I appreciate you sticking around to the end here. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Get that hand out of there. Welcome, welcome, welcome